Good afternoon, this is Carolyn and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. I am going to try to knock out this week's embellishment for the embellishment hop over on Ginger's Corner. And if you listen to my video I posted maybe yesterday or maybe I don't know if it's gone up yet actually. I haven't been feeling too well. I've got diverticulitis, and anyway, I talked again to the doctor's office today, and they actually put me on a liquid diet. That's not fun, I'll just tell you, like broth and water and yuck. I like my protein, but anyway, it's going to be good. Okay, so we're going to do, the embellishment this week is called Hooked on You, I believe. Yeah, Hooked on You. So it could be anything to do with fishing. And I've been making a lot of tags lately, but I'm going to make another tag today. And I've been doing a lot of stamping, it seems like lately, and I'm going to stamp again today. So this has several stages and steps in it. So if you'll just hang with me, we'll try to get this done. I'm going to start by just doing a little ink blending for a background, just so that we don't have just a solid white whatever these are called. It's not a ticket. What are these? Anyway, we're just going to do a little ink blending. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. I don't want it even because I just want it to kind of resemble, you know, a little blue sky. So I didn't even dip this is tumbled glass, and I didn't even put my brush in the ink. I just used what was on it. And this is peeled paint, and I'm going to do the same thing with the green at the bottom. But I want a little bit of green right down here at the bottom. Nothing even, nothing just like that. Okay, that's got that done. Now we're going to pull out our Misty, and I'm going to use my VersaFine ink. Pull out our Misty. I'm going to move this for just a minute. Pull out our Misty and get our, whatever we decided this thing was, put on here, right up here. Put my little magnet on it to hold it straight. And then get this stamp, which is the signpost, and just lay it on there where we want it. Something about like that. Maybe. And pick it up, and then we will ink it and stamp it. These are more of those stamps by Judith and Heather. I know why I'm doing more stamping, because I bought several stamps at Scrapbook Convention, and I love them. And so these are more of those by Judith and Heather. All right, so let's stamp this. Shouldn't probably need more than one stamp, but I'm going to move this little thing over here. Because these stamps are just so good, and my ink seems to be pretty good. So it should be plenty. Yep, don't need another one. So there we have that. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean this off just a little, because I'm through using it now. I've got one more stamp to put on there, but not this one. Okay, so let's put that away for right now. And then we're going to go ahead and start coloring our signpost. Now I have my, let me get this put away before it dries up. I have my tri-blend markers that I use all the time. And they're the tri-blend by Spectrum Noir. And I am going to use the dark brown on the edges of this, and on this little part right in here that is the kind of like it's like a knot hole or something in the post of that sign. So give that, and I'm probably going to go over these more than once because I do want them good and dark. And then just a little right there. I messed up, I've shown you that before, but I messed up my light brown, which is what I'd really like to use on the actual sign itself, or maybe a combination of the light and medium. But I messed it up and I haven't bought a new one yet. It doesn't really take too long to color this one because it's not really any blending. It's just coloring. When I blend, it kind of takes more time, but this is just coloring. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and do the twist. The twist tonight comes from Acts chapter 9, verse 36. And it says, "In Joppa there was a believer named Tabitha. She was always doing good and helping the poor." So most of you, many of you probably know the story of Tabitha, but I'm going to very quickly just recap that little story for you. She lived in Joppa, which now is actually in part of Tel Aviv, when I looked it up to see about that. But, and she was always helping people. Later in that chapter, we're told that she sewed for people. We don't know what all she did in her charitable things that she did, but evidently she gave a lot of herself to help other people. And so, but she got sick and she died. So Peter had been preaching and teaching in a town that was nearby. And so they sent some men to Peter to ask him if he would come to Joppa. And he did. And sure enough, he raised her from the dead. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that he gets there and there are these people that are just mourning her death and telling him what all she had done for them. And so the point of this is I want us to understand how much she was appreciated, and then talk about why she was appreciated. What was it that they were mourning that they had lost this woman? Now, this was a city. It wasn't like a little podunk town with just a few people and everybody knew everybody. This was a large city, a port city. And so they knew who she was and what she had been doing. So Peter does heal her, but the point of my little twist today is, why were the people mourning over her, and why were they so upset that she was gone, and even to the point of sending for Peter? And we don't even know for sure exactly why they sent for him, but it worked well because he did bring her back to life. Was it because she had the prettiest house in town? No. Or it certainly wasn't because she, had the largest bank account, or she was this self-made woman. It wasn't, because she was in church every Sunday. It was because she helped people and she gave of herself. I feature her as being like a Mother Teresa, is really kind of what I feature her being like. And so sometimes we think the things that cause us to have a legacy are the things that we accomplish, the money we make, the name on the library or whatever. And it's not. It's the fact that we help others, that we love people enough that we're willing to give of ourselves to help them. Okay, now I'm just going to very chunky, like we were trying to carve it in this wood, I'm going to write "gone fishing." So it's going to be all kind of squared off and uneven. I can't talk and write, so. Okay, so there's our "gone fishing." Now then, see, what did I do next? Okay, I think next I actually stamped the fishing pole. I haven't worked all the way through all these. I only made the one that was my example. So I haven't worked all the way through the rest of my tags. Tags, that's what these are, tags. Love this senior citizen mind that I have. Okay, oh, there it is. Okay, here is, I didn't really wipe that one off very good after I used it a while ago. Here is my little fishing pole, and you're just going to have to see it. I got to figure out where I want it. This is a little fishing pole with a fish on it. And I got to figure out right where we want that to go across this. Let's try it just about like that. So let's close our MISTI up. Make sure it grabs it. You can tell I didn't clean the ink off that. It's okay, it's going to go right back in the same place. I think we did okay on where it's going to fall. So we're going to ink it up. Stamp it. Just like that. Yep, that looks good. Take that off of there and wipe it down just a little. Okay. Now then, we can finish. Now, if you get to looking at this, at first I thought, oh, that's not really the pole. But then as I looked at it more, I thought it was. I decided, oh, that was just the line going through the eyelets. But I do believe it was the pole. But I'm going to color it because I want that pole to show. Now, I colored the one that I made first. I colored my pole green. You know, there's all colors of fishing poles now, like bright, really cool colors. I think I'm going to make this one, see how I like it. I think I'm going to make this one the bright orange that I put down there on the reel. See how I like that. Got to kind of pay attention because this gets pretty narrow up in there. Just following it right up as far as it goes. Oh, I just bumped my sign with it. I knew I'd do that once I got on camera. All right, so we've got our fishing pole painted. Actually, I think the green shows up better than this, so I probably will go back. This will be one I keep because I bumped it right there and it doesn't look very nice. So, and then I'm going to use the green that I had. It's kind of a, I don't know, what is it called? Jade green blend. I'm going to use the green to do the the reel. All except for that one little part. I think I'll go back with the orange on it. There we go. Then I used the this green, the light green blend, I think, actually on the fish. He got right on top of the H, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, there's our fish. And then I used the grays on the handle of the fishing pole. And now on this one, I have this little stamp that is like this little bucket of worms. And I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on all of them or not. Here it is. Let's see. Got to get it right side up. I think that's right. I'll stamp it to make sure. Yep, that's right. So we're going to put it on this one just to see. But so it's this little bucket of worms, which I thought was pretty cute. Close that up. Clean that off. And then let's go back with the, I think I used the gray again on the bucket. And then I think I used the brown again on the worms. Okay. Then, let's see, we need the worms. we go. Now we've got that done. And then I used some of this dark green and just kind of went over my, just kind of added a little bit to the grass around here. Wouldn't have to, no big deal, but I just kind of liked it a little bit. You could do it however you wanted to. I ended up putting quite a bit on that one. I'm going to try it with a little less on this one. Just a little bit up in there. Just kind of see what we come up with here. All right. Because when it dries, it's going to kind of all blend in there together. Okay, I think that has everything on there done. I think. I want a little more over here. And then we're going to use our Stormy Sky. What happened to my little dauber that I had? I'll find another one. We're going to use our Stormy Sky. Whoops, that's green. It's black. What happened to my dauber? It was here and now it's not. Oh, there it is right there. So I'm going to actually do it first to see if I even need to daub it. I just want to go around the edges of this just to kind of contain it. And I think it's going to be enough without dipping it in the ink even. I don't know, I may need to. Just a little. We'll see. I think it just kind of finishes it off to do that. This one wasn't too hard. Like I said, I wasn't feeling too good, and I hauled off and signed up for 2 groups this week because I really wanted a lot of the fishing embellishments because I do so much with my grandsons on fishing stuff. So I actually signed up for 2 groups this week. So I had to get them done. All right, there we go. That's the way it's going to be. Like I said, I think when I actually do them for the swap, these 2 will be mine. I'm going to go with the green pole and the orange trim as opposed to or red, whatever that was, as opposed to the orange or red pole. But anyway, I kind of like them. I'll end up using them. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up. And if you look in the description below, you will find all of the information that you need to links to go on and watch everybody that's made this on Ginger's Corner. You can go to Ginger's Corner and look at all kinds of stuff. You can actually join Ginger's Corner and become a part of it. So there's just all kinds of options. But have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone else. Thanks for dropping by.